I don't know what in the world to say in this video today because things have changed so fast. It's hard to believe, and it's absolutely unbelievable what's going on in the housing market. Hey, real quick, my name is Eric. I'm a real estate agent here in the Las Vegas area. And of course, folks reach out, they wonder like, hey, can we talk to you about real estate? Answers yes. My information is below in the info tab. Also, I have a calendar link. I know this entire valley. My team and I can help you do whatever you need when it comes to real estate. And let's get on back to the show. Well, it's absolutely baffling. I talked about this on Tuesday, the video that was released then, how things have kind of turned around. Well, as the days went on, more and more people have said the same thing. It's like there's been this great revelation. And it all started with interest rates going down again. Now they're in the fives. And people have lost their ever-loving minds. And they're starting to go out and they're looking for houses like crazy right now. It's unbelievable. Like I said on Tuesday, right now it looks like there's only a 6 week to maybe, if you're lucky, 2 month where you can get something done if you're a buyer. So everybody who has been shooting out all these lowball offers I've been seeing and everybody else has been talking about, that is going to come to an end very closely. You know what? Those lowball offers are about to come to an end really, really quickly, because now that we have, a difference in supply and demand, really, mainly the demand is changing. Now that the interest rates have gone down, people are jumping back into the market, whereas they were afraid a month or so ago. Now everybody wants to know, have we hit rock bottom? It's probably going to be either this month or in February when we hit rock bottom, because remember, we have leading and lagging indicators. Someone who's making an offer this weekend, even let's say someone had multiple offers. Well, they all could have been lowball. Well, next weekend, what happens? Will they all be lowball, or are they going to be market value? That's what's going to drive a lot of this. And even the ones who are accepted this weekend and next weekend, they will reflect in February and March. But by the time you see where the bottom really hit, which was probably going to be February or March, it's going to be too late. Right now, talking to some folks, lenders in particular, because who else matters, it looks like the interest rates are going to be in the 4s by the end of this year. So we're going to be pretty close to where we were before this all switched off on us. As long as the inflation rates remain constant the way they are and continue to go down, the Fed is going to get off our backs. Technically, we are in a recession, but nothing else seems to really reflect that. The housing market is doing great. People are still spending money despite the higher prices, although I guess there's nothing they can really do except for spend the money. Housing. We all know that is one of the great drivers of our economy. Well, it suffered for about 9 months, and it's coming back really quickly. So one of the things you need to start considering is where you sit at in this great game. If you're a seller and you can postpone things a little bit, I may postpone putting my house on the market for the next 2 months to catch the uptick. Now, here's the thing you're going to have to remember. It looks like we're going into a normal market, a normal spring market. A normal spring market may have an offer or two on a house. A normal spring market, the house is going to sell within a month or two instead of languishing on the market like they are now. In a normal market, you're not going to get 50,000 over like your friend Fred did back this time last year. Yet, you're now at least not going to have to sit around and worry if your house is going to sell or not. Big things you need to do is have a little confidence, but don't have a little bit of hubris. In Greek tragedy, when they talk about hubris, it's like, oh, I could do no wrong, then everything happens bad to you. This is not the time to overprice your house again. I know people like to overprice their houses, saying they're going to have to, that's how they deal with the low ballers. Well, if the last 3 months have anything to say, The low ballers don't care what your house was priced at or what the market was. They want to offer what they feel like the house is worth. I had one house, as a matter of fact, it just went into escrow. Last week, I had a visitor to it, and they left feedback. Now, first of all, this house is below market value intentionally, is below all the other comps in the neighborhood and sales for the same house intentionally. Do you know what the report came back as? The potential buyer said it was way overpriced. Now, is it way overpriced because they're hoping this is some kind of a negotiation strategy, or because they want to pay what they feel? More than likely it's because they want to pay what they feel, and they feel that it's just overpriced. I was at the Veterans Administration Day, and nurse was asking me some questions. We started just talking, and we started talking about the housing market, of course. What else? I'm a real estate agent. You know, the first thing's out of, yes, because it's going to drop another 10% because it's so overpriced. And yeah, the market got overpriced. It got overpriced by the people paying $50,000 over. But we have hit the possible bottom of the market. We've already gone down over 12% from our highs. So we've had our market correction. Now, in order for you to get your money back, if you were a seller and you lost 12%, the prices actually have to go up 24% for you to get your money back. In the best years of all the crap that's happened in the last couple of years, I think we got 22%. That's not going to happen again for a bit. So you're looking at 2 to 3 years just to get back to where you were this time last year, just to be honest with you. If you want to sell, you don't want to enter into the picture where we are right now, where we have so many buyers who are still thinking they're going to get a bargain and who are still going to underprice everything. You want to get into that normal market. So about mid-March is the time to enter. Now, what if you're a buyer? There are actually a couple of thousand fewer houses available right now than there were just a couple of months ago, which means you have less odds of finding that perfect unicorn. Start going to more traditional 80%. In other words, this house meets 80% of my needs. Well, right now you can probably get 90%. So this house meets 90% of my needs, and I can get it at a decent price, and I don't have to pay 30, 40, 50,000 over, and someone's going to pay my closing costs, which is going to end first. I completely see fewer and fewer sellers paying closing costs in 2 or 3 months. When I say fewer and fewer, probably by this spring, ain't nobody going to be paying your closing cost. We still may have where you can get the house at list price, market value, a little bit less, but the first thing that's going to be cut out, first thing, because it hurts so bad to the bottom line, is going to be those closing costs. And as more and more people enter the market and more sellers are, afraid to do anything, you're going to have fewer options. That's just going to be it. So again, I keep saying this, watching the market, seeing what's going on, and I'll report to see what happens this weekend. Somebody just asked to hold an open house on one of my listings, and I'm going to check with the seller today to see if they're going to allow that. If they do, we'll get a good report, because open houses haven't been doing too well. I was speaking with someone today where someone held an open house on their house, and they had only one person come through this weekend. While I was mentioning people I talked to here in town had, the best open houses they've had in months. I don't know. Ain't gonna lie. But we're going to find out after this weekend to see if this continues. Go and get your financing secured immediately, because you want to be able to move on everything. This, you asked me 2 months ago, I'd say, whatever, we can go look at houses because, it'll be there. Right now, I can't guarantee it'll be there next week for you to go get your financing secured. So you need to go back to those good old habits, get your financing secured, and be ready to move ASAP. And also, again, if you need any real estate advice, you're looking to buy, sell, invest in real estate, all of that stuff everyone says, my information is below in the info tab. Reach out. We're more than glad to help you. Most importantly, the easiest way to make sure you always get a hold of me, there is a calendar link below. You can actually get on my calendar and we can talk. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, please do me that favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit a thumbs up, leave a comment, and maybe the YouTube algorithm will find a little bit of love for me.